I am bringing with you, or to you, our main event winner, Jesse Martinelli. Nice to see you again. You were hoping to get your third win, and you got that in the bag. How do you feel tonight?
I feel great after getting that win. I mean, getting moved to the main event and then getting a stoppage, it's hard not to feel good after that.
I know you were a little worried, or not worried, but you were kind of all for that main event. Do you think that affected your performance, or how do you feel about going into a show that big where all eyes are on you at the very end of the night? It's really hard to stay there all night, guys, and not be the first fight. How do you think that affected your performance tonight?
I would say it didn't affect it much, just going back to my wrestling days. Like, sometimes you get a bye, or sometimes you get an injury default, and I don't know, you just always stay on your toes and you adapt to whatever the changes come. And at the end of the day, we're going out there for 15 minutes, whether it's at 7 o'clock or if it's at 9 o'clock. So I don't think it played too big of a difference, other than it's a little bit more pumped up, a little bit more eager to get a finish.
Yeah. Now, I remember when you first started getting into the MMA world, you were a heavy wrestler, but ever since then you have been just working on your striking. I think that really paid off tonight. Those elbows on the ground, by the way, were juicy and beautiful. How do you feel about that?
I feel great, of course, but I felt unfamiliar when I was posturing up and elbowing them, and they were landing so clean. I was thinking, damn, this feels good. I wish I would have worked this sooner, but hey, better late than never.
So I asked Dylan what he was going to bring to the fight to counter you. He said that he had his wrestling top notch on top of you. That was going to be the one that was going to outshine. How do you think you did with your wrestling versus his groundwork?
So did you say he was going to be on top of me, right?
So when I was talking to Dylan, he thought his wrestling was going to counter yours and probably outshine yours.
Sure.
I don't want to, this is not verbatim, so I don't want to cause any rift. But he definitely thought he was going to be a force to be reckoned with for you on the ground, because he knows that you are such a strong wrestler. How do you feel about his groundwork? Do you feel that it was a more adversity in this fight?
Well, my own wrestling, I pushed a little bit and got into some bad positions, and I jumped on a guillotine and ended up with him in my guard, and it took maybe like 10 or 12 seconds. And no shade on Dylan, he's a great competitor, and he should think that about himself, but he was on top of me, and I got up off my back, so I think that explains the grappling difference. So
this is your third win of your pro fight, your pro career. Where do you see yourself coming from here, or going from here?
Like I said, anyone with a flyweight, 125-pound name, even if they don't have a name, if they don't have a prospect watch on them, anything. I just want to fight. I've been getting 2, maybe 1, 3 at the most fights a year, but I want to regularly get 2 and 3 fights a year. And I think that's everybody, but it's such a hard thing to do. You hear people talk about it, and you think, well, go sign up and fight 3 times then, but it's not that easy. So just consistency.
All right. Do you see yourself going a little bit more regional, traveling outside? I know your gym does travel. Is that a possibility to maybe push the coasts?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a fight in LFA last time, and then I came to this. This is a great show here in St. Louis, in my hometown, and it's nice to fight at home, but at the end of the day, we got to travel around. We got to beat these other people from around the nation, and that's how you climb the ranks, and that's what I'm looking to do.
Now, just real quick question: how much did you drop for this fight?
So I walk around at like 145-ish, and then I'll diet down to 140s, 139 or so, and cut the rest of that like a regular, 10, 12, 15 at the most pound cut. So I'm definitely not a 35-pounder. I sure as heck don't got the height, so I'll figure out the weight cut and stay here at 125 where my regular weight class is.
Well, I think you shined tonight, and I think everyone saw that. You did a great job, Jesse. I hope to see you back here again. Would you like to give any shout-outs to anyone at home, to your gym, to your family?
Absolutely. Shout out to Idle Hands Grooming Company. Best haircuts in St. Louis. I don't know if you can tell. My man Adam Sella, last week at the gym, was telling me I was looking a little fuzzy. Had to go and get myself cleaned up at Idle Hands, but no, Boomer Schumer and Mimi's Kitchen. Those are some sponsors that supported me through this camp. And of course, ES, MMA, and Fitness, and all my friends and family that support me.
Well, I think you're welcome, and I think that everyone in St. Louis is watching you grow, and you've definitely made a name here, and we hope to have you back soon, and we'll be watching you. All right.
Thanks a lot, Karen.